Richard Rouse.
Hey.
I interviewed you a couple weeks ago in London.
Yes.
And that day you did 70 interviews probably. The day before that you did all the international press. Since then I've seen you in the newspapers and things globe hopping talking about the movie.
Yes.
Curious to know what question has been asked you the most?
Yes.
And is there any area of this movie that hasn't been covered in interviews? Is there one thing that you'd like to say about the movie that hasn't been asked to you?
That's a really good question. I think the question I've been asked a lot is how I got into shape for the movie, because I think physically, I think that seems to be, at least from photographs and from people can see from the trailer, which is all they really have at this point, is what people are interested in. Obviously, seeing somebody different and in a different light, and that's the question I get. I know all the other characters and the people in the movie get different questions, but for me, I think what I want people to know about the movie is particularly because, and I think I've said this, but it's really important for me to say it, is because I know, guys are interested in the movie, but kids, it's like, I cannot wait. When we were at the premiere, and all over the world, whenever there was a child, after the movie, it was like, to see their response was the coolest thing. I screened the movie for my cousins and my family the other day, and my cousins were like jumping off of the seats in the theater at the end of the movie. They're anywhere from 6 years old to 14.
Right.
And they were like all terrifying their parents. No, but they were jumping off of reasonable heights. But they were jumping off things and fighting, and I just that's what I felt like when I saw Indiana Jones when I was a kid. When I saw these movies that I loved when I was a kid, and that to me is what I want people to know and parents to know, because the question I get often is like, can I take my kid to this? Like, I don't know, I can't tell if it's going to be like too dangerous or whatever. And I'm like, this movie was made for kids. This movie was made for family to bring their kids, and it is. I can tell everybody now, so I can clear up at least in Canada, I can clear it up and say like, yeah, this is, you can bring your kids.
Right.
So,
thanks very much.
Yeah.
Question for you. I know with this film, there's a lot of throwback to the Douglas Fairbank, the Thief of Baghdad, the Arrow flick, even a little bit of the Gene Kelly flick, The Pirate. With the gracefulness, the moves. And all this.
The dancing.
Yeah. Well, yes. But I was curious. Aside from the 3D and everything, that kind of physicality, that kind of escapism. Did you have discussions with the director about the times right now being really ripe for films like that?
Yeah, I mean, I remember Mike Newell, the director of the film, saying to me at the very beginning, he said, we're out to make a movie where people have a good time. That's our intention. I think that was our intention from the beginning, was to have fun when we were making it, and then to make a fun, lighthearted movie that is a throwback in a lot of ways, but is modern at the same time. And I think, mixing someone like Jerry Bruckheimer, who's made these like massive movies like Pirates of the Caribbean and Top Gun, I mean, all his credits, and then someone like Mike Newell, who I think brings a real sense of story and acting and a great pedigree to the movie, I think put these two kind of new world and old world together, and I think that's what's in the movie. It throws back to those great old movies we love, and I think it has incredible action and CGI that's modern and hasn't been done before. So
okay, then thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
You're playing a character who is based on a video game character. He's not meant to be an internal sort of inward-looking fellow that you've maybe played in the past quite often. Now he's big, he's got color. Tell me how different it makes the job.
Was that your like culturally correct way of he's got color? No, I'm just kidding.
Yes.
Well, to me, I think he's much. The character I play in the movie is much more similar to me than any of the characters I've ever played in movies before. Yeah, and just that I don't really, contrary to popular belief, I guess, or at least to your belief, I don't really. I like to have a good time and not take myself too seriously, and I really don't like to look inward. It's just boring. And no, it's just I think I liken making movies to kind of playing a piano. Sometimes you're playing minor chords and different keys, and sometimes you're playing with unresolved cadences, and then sometimes you're playing all major chords with like resolve cadences all over the place, and you're enjoying yourself, and it's a great simple melody. And I love that type of music just as much as I like the complicated, introverted, complicated stuff. And this happens to be a whole lot of really great fun major chords for kids and families and everyone.
Very nice answer. Nice musical answer.
There you go. I was gonna sing it at the same time, but then I thought, yeah.
So you were saying it's great for kids and families.
Yes.
Also for women, you're being sold as a bit of a sex symbol here during promotion.
Yeah.
So women have been going crazy asking to see your abs and take off your shirt and yada yada.
Yes.
So what's the craziest thing during promotion that a fan has asked you to do?
I did have a theater full of women that we screened the movie for chanting "Take off your shirt," which was definitely flattering. And I said, just wait 5 minutes when you see the movie, and I will, which I do. So, unfortunately not live, but definitely in the movie. So that was an odd. But I also had a guy dress up in like a really plastic, horrible version of my costume and claim to be the son of Dastan, which was amazing, and interview all the actors in the movie, which was pretty incredible too, as the son of Dastan. Yeah, that was amazing.
Yeah, that wasn't what I was expecting.
No.
Okay, great, thanks.
So just going on that, he might have been a fan of the video game because gamers are kind of crazy like that.
Yes.
Are you a little bit nervous as to how people who are fans of the game Prince of Persia are going to view this movie? Do you hope that they like it? Are they, because they're tough critics when it comes to game?
I think we have, regardless of the critics and what people have to say, I think we have a lot of people who are very excited to see the movie, particularly the gamers, because video game movies have not been successfully adapted, in the past, and I think we have, gone out of our way to interpret the video game as opposed to copy it, which obviously draws criticism from like the avid gamers who play the game all the time. But I think it's the only way to make the movie, any movie that's based on a video game, good, which is take it and do your own interpretation of it. And I think we've been really successful with that. So I'm just psyched for them to see it, because like, criticism or not, I think they're going to have a great time.
Yeah, I think so.
Richard Prowse.